Football in the East Bay, and the NFL is once again returned to Oakland, California. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Raiders at 8-4 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 11. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 37. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Here we go.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. When you look at this Bronco defense, they're right around the middle of the pack, number 15 in the NFL against the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Throwing Nix. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. He's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Now it's Nix. open left side. It's his running back with it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
That's going to be a good matchup for him. Using him out of the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Over the middle, complete. It's Franklin. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. To throw is Nix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably...
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Effort there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's 2nd and 8. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
It's now 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
A little bit of finger pointing and heavy discussion going on in the defensive backfield. It's man coverage, but they leave a guy wide open. They've got to be counting their lucky stars that this ball was overthrown.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. You look at this Raiders defense. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
And now an audible here into something else. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And the Raiders have got him. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Nix to the air. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Well, that was pretty obvious. He didn't let him catch it.
Agreed, and what's hard is you make that long run downfield to try and cover it, but you got to locate the football as well.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on fourth down with a penalty. Here's Nix. Forced out to his left. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That's an early scrambler that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
From the gun on third down, it's Nix. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos 7, Raiders nothing.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Here we go, set. 70 Timberwolves.
In motion, the tight end. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now they'll audible to something else. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Bo Nix, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
Broncos 14. Raiders nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. On the ground, Whitaker. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Here's 3rd and 3. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking.
He's got a man, complete. Down the right sideline. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, you talk about just coming in and completely seizing momentum. They can go up 21-0 here. We haven't even hit halftime.
And the other part of this, you can start to feel the unrest here in the stadium. I think these fans are saying, what hit us? And this isn't about fantasy points. This is about rooting their team on.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Come 19, come 19. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Go.
Looking to throw. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
They'll run on 1st down. Phillips. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Looking to throw. Nix. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Franklin. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Nix from the shotgun. And that went to the right side and incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Working out of the gun is Nix. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. Now a draw play. It's Walker. Dances by him. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. As a nice run there. Gets him down to the 6-yard line.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Here we go.
Here's Walker. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Kenneth Walker, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. Now, the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make it 24-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Let's go now.
Up the middle they go. Gentry. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
19 tight. 19 tight. 18 right here.
Back to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now 2nd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Phillips. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Back to throw. Nix going up top. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. 48 yards. And the Broncos are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is now 24.
Next to score, Broncos 31, Raiders 7.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. And it's caught. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. Walker. And he is going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. The defense holds here on the final play of the half. They'll throw now on the final play. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there as time expires in the first half. And the Raiders get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Phillips. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. Third and 3. operating from the gun. Nix working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Here we go, set. Pass to the left, pass to the left.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Cole Kmet from 19 yards away. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. A try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Up the middle they go. Hooker. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. Hooker. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. That is caught. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now they'll change things up.
That's another Oakland 1st down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. And this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
19 Lions. Buffalo 18.
They'll set up a throw. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders get a bit closer. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the 1st half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Phillips knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Now a handoff up the middle. Phillips. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They're going. It's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now it's Nix. Trying to lay one up deep. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Slot man moves right. To throw is Nix. Past the 20. 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. 42 yards. And the Broncos are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Here's 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The Raiders on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Throwing Nix. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 34.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
To throw, here's Nix. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Marvin Mims from 19 yards away. And the Broncos extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
22.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
That's good for A.
They'll look to throw here. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Back to throw again. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. And now they'll shift things around. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They go play action here on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Hey! 19 tight, 19 tight. 18, Pioneer.
Here's Nix. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
Bring it. Here we go, Shaq.
Up the middle they go. It's Phillips. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
Now the first carry here for their running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Right back to him on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Nix sliding out of the pocket. This is caught, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, obviously, Charles, no more points were needed, but some teams just can't resist the urge to keep adding on, and they did just that here in the 4th quarter.
And we've certainly been on the call to see many teams do exactly that over the years, Brandon. Some to even more impressive degrees. In the end, it always comes back to there's still a defense out there, and it's still a game of NFL football. So if you don't like what's happening, it's up to you to get them stopped.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And running with power here. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah,
this is caught inside the 15. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Open man here is Gentry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Hey, check that street. Here we go.
Now a handoff up the middle. Gentry. He will push his way down to about the 14. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Nix to the air. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
18 Rattler. 70 Ranger. Go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Mustang 19. Ready, ready.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. What impressive performance just became a little bit more impressive here as they add yet another score to the ledger late in the fourth quarter.
And not much has stopped them at any point in this game, partner. This is just an old-fashioned blowout right here. They probably could have put the brakes on themselves, but they elected not to and played this one all the way out.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you would expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to take another shot here. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
Track to 60.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. They'll go play action with Nix on the move to his left. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Broncos 80, Raiders 29.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
And now here is another interception. And the Broncos are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away.
And it'll be second down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle they go. It's Phillips. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a second straight loss. Here's 3rd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Phillips. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Broncos, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.